Donna, this will be one for you. You'll be first. It's number 4. And that is, do you believe that the Constitution is a, quote, living document, end quote, or do you believe in strict interpretation?
I don't believe that the Constitution is a living document. In other words, I don't equate it with a child growing out of their shoes and having to change them. I recall that 55 delegates drafted the Constitution, 39 signed it. I believe these men, as there were no women involved, took the good, the bad, the ugly that they had dealt with in the past and created the foundation to our country through the Constitution. I tend to believe in a strict interpretation because in the forefathers' wisdom, they also drafted the Bill of Rights and the Declaration of Independence. So as our standards change, we're allowed to address those changes through amendments. When mistakes are made, as for example, the Prohibition era, the amendment was repealed. I don't equate our forefathers with Moses, who I believe received the 10 Commandments from God and in stone. The commandments are not a suggestion. Likewise, the Constitution works best when we adhere to it. Thank you.
To you, Roger, number 4, do you believe that the Constitution is a, quote, living document, or do you believe in strict interpretation?
The Constitution is not a living document. I believe in strict interpretation of the Constitution. I come from the Justice Anton Scalia School of Thought. The Constitution was constructed with divine intervention. It is not a moving target. Great men crafted this magnificent charter, and it has been changed 27 times in its 237-year history. Those are called amendments. Thank you.
Leslie, number 4, do you believe that the Constitution is a living document, or do you believe in strict interpretation?
Well, it looks like all of us have done the same homework, and I'm just going to repeat what I feel. Our forefathers created a Constitution that has stood the test of time. The Constitution is the Constitution as it is written. But the forefathers wisely created methods for change via amendment process, which has been rarely and carefully used, which is as it should be. In roughly 230 years, our Constitution has been amended just 27 times, and just twice in the past 44 years. Our Constitution works. I believe in the U.S. Constitution.
It appears we have unanimity there. Question number 5, this will be the last question that are set and previously provided. Then we'll go to the audience questions. Is other than government, this is for you, Roger, other than government employment and welfare, what will you do to open new opportunities for our children in Del Norte County?
Children, our future. Well, let me give you some 411. Simply stated, college is not for everybody. As supervisor, I will work closely with the Del Norte Unified School District to implement relevant vocational educational opportunities, and I'm going to bring, as best I can, I'm going to attract a trade school up here to Del Norte County. We need heating, air conditioning technicians, plumbers, carpenters, drywallers, auto repair experts, just to name a few. One size does not fit all. The model to address the career starts with our young people. They do not need to leave town to get a job here in Del Norte County. Our kids come out of school, they're not given the proper tools to compete. That is unacceptable. There are no jobs for our kids to go. They leave town, they go to Santa Rosa. We need private enterprise up here. We need private sector jobs to keep our children here. That's our future. Thank you.
Leslie, for your last number 5 question on the list here, other than government employment and welfare, what will you do to open new opportunities for our children here in Del Norte County?
I will continue to push for the many things that I've been working on for several years. For example, I have been a strong supporter of expanding technical and vocational education. The PTA grant, no, not your parents' PTA, but planning and technical assistance grants that are available to us is working toward offering programs here in our community that will provide employee training in vocational and technical fields. Not everyone can afford to go to college, but everyone is going to need specialized training in order to hold a living wage job. I am supporting the effort to bring that type of training to Del Norte County. We also must continue efforts to keep young people off drugs, especially meth. I have been a strong supporter of the meth summits and other programs that keep our young people pointed in the right direction. Over my I think it was during the beginning of my supervisorial career, co-founded an organization called TEAM, which is Together Educating Them Against Meth. That was to create, did you hold your assignment? Oh. That was to create a place for grandparents raising their grandchildren to meet and figure out what we're going to do with these grandchildren and to try to get our children back as being the parents that they should have been.
Thank you, Leslie. Donna, you've got the last shot at this, and it's question number 5, and that's, other than government employment and welfare, what will you do to open new opportunities for our children here in Del Norte County?
First of all, how many of you realize the poverty and abuse of children that goes on in this county? All right, so how do you instill a love of learning in our children so that they want to go to school and learn? They need to have a good foundational basis, learning ethics, morals, and some type of religious teachings through school, home, church, or temple. Once they have that basis, they need a healthy environment where science is more important than politics, and things like polluted water and toxic waste and all the plastics and pesticides are removed from the environment. Then, our children should enjoy the beautiful natural environment we have here through outdoor activities and community resources already available, like hiking, biking, surfing, gardening. Be involved with the arts, music, drama, movie making, on and on. When my son was 13 years old, we sent him to computer camp. There was little swimming, hiking, camping, or team sports, which he didn't enjoy. Instead, he loved computers. He learned about software and hardware, and today makes a very handsome living doing what he loves. My oldest daughter, on the other hand, loved big horses, big motorcycles, big dogs, flying, hang gliding, hiking, biking. My youngest daughter is a social butterfly, and when she was 13, she went to the UN and spoke before the UN. To sum up, each child has different and unique abilities, limitations, and talents that can prepare them for the type of opportunities open to them. Thank you.